Bonjour les étudiants, voici le professeur de français. Alors dans cette vidéo, je voudrais donner une explication pour le passé composé. Le passé composé est le thème principal du chapitre 5. Mais avant de commencer, je voudrais faire une petite révision. Oui. La révision, c'est les verbes au présent. Oui. Et voici, vous avez un exemple d'un verbe avec la terminaison ER. Et voici la conjugaison du verbe au présent. Oui. Alors, le verbe regarder est conjugué je regarde, tu regardes, elle regarde, il regarde, nous regardons, vous regardez, il regarde, elle regarde. Oui. Alors la prononciation de regarder, c'est regarde, 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 regardons, regardez. Oui. Et le verbe finir, par exemple. Oui. C'est groupe numéro 2, au présent. Je finis, tu finis, S, S, T. Elle finit, il finit, ils finissent, elles finissent, vous finissez, nous finissons. Et ce qui est spécial, c'est que vous avez deux S. La consonne est double avec les verbes IR au présent. Oui. Les verbes RE, S, S, nothing. Je vends, tu vends, elle vend, il vend, nous vendons, vous vendez, ils vendent, elles vendent. Oui. Alors vous avez vend, 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 vendent, vendent, vendons, vendez. Alors la prononciation au pluriel est différente que la prononciation au singulier avec les verbes RE au présent. Oui. Aussi, je voudrais parler des verbes réflexifs comme se brosser, se laver, se maquiller. These are the reflexive verbs, actions that go back to the person who's speaking. I brush myself, I clean myself, I wash myself, I put makeup on myself, I brush myself, I shave myself. So these are reflexive verbs. And just a little review, this is how you conjugate those verbs. It's an ER verb, so it's conjugated the same as regarder, but you have this extra little thing that tells you that the action needs to go back to the speaker. Je me lave, I wash me. Tu te laves, I wash. You wash you. Elle se lave, she washes herself. Nous nous lavons, we wash ourselves. And so forth. Right? Se laver, je me lave. Tu te laves. Elle se lave. Nous nous lavons. Vous vous lavez. Il se lave. So this is a little review. Because for the lesson for chapter 5, the lesson, the main grammatical lesson is the passé composé. So as you can see, it's called passé composé because it is composed of two verbs, not one. In English, to talk in the past, the one we use the most is the simple past. It's called simple because you only need one verb to convey, communicate the past. For example, I went, I ate, I had. In French, the simple past exists, but it's not used in day to day conversation. It's more literal, more used in poetry and in essays and in books. To express the past in French, in regular conversation, you need to use le passé composé, and it's composed of two verbs. There's a helping verb, un verbe auxiliaire, and there's something we call le participe passé. So if we were to think about English and the structure of English, le passé composé is very similar to the present perfect in English, which is I have eaten, I have gone, I have had. So you need a helping verb, which is the verb to have or the verb to be, and a participe passé, which is the verb that you want to put in the past. So to say I ate, you say I have eaten, j'ai mangé. To say I went, you say je suis allé. To say you studied, you say tu as étudié. To say you were born, you say tu es né. Elle a fini. Elle est descendue. As you can see, some of these verbs, like manger, use the verb to have, and the verb aller uses the verb être, to be. There is a list of verbs that exclusively use the verb être, and you will learn about this list later in the chapter. I believe it's competence 3 or 4. But for now, you will learn about verbs that have avoir as the helping verb. So most verbs in French use avoir. How do you know when to use être? You have to look at the list. There are about 18 verbs that use être as the helping verb. So like aller, to go, right? Or to be born, or to descend. These 3 verbs are on that 18 verb list. If it's not on the list, it uses avoir as a helping verb. So, j'ai mangé, j'ai étudié, j'ai voyagé, j'ai participé, j'ai acheté, j'ai observé. You see? So you use the verb avoir for most verbs, and you just conjugate it in the present tense. J'ai, tu as, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, and the verb that you want to put in the past, you need to change the ending. If it's an ER verb, you drop the ER and you put an E with an accent. If it's an IR verb, like finir, you drop the S. If it's a verb that ends in RE, like descendre, you need to drop the RE and put a U. So a verb like vendre, in the past, in the participe passé, it would be vendu. J'ai vendu, I sold. Okay? So, passé composé, it's just like simple past in English. So if I want to say I ate in French, I have to say j'ai mangé. In English, we use one verb. In French, we must use 2 verbs. Passé composé. She finished, one verb in English. In French, 2. Elle a fini. You studied, one verb in English, 2 verbs in French. Tu as étudié. Okay? Let's look at this verb. Changer. C'est le verbe changer au passé composé. J'ai changé. Tu as changé. Elle a changé. Nous avons changé. Vous avez changé. Ils ont changé. As you can see, the past participle, the second verb, the one you want to put in the past, you only have to change the ending, and it works. It's the same version for every person. The one verb that will change is the helping verb. In this case, avoir. J'ai changé. Tu as changé. Elle a changé. Nous avons changé. So really need to memorize those two verbs, avoir and être. Okay. Aller, like I said, is a verb that uses to be as the helping verb. Je suis allé. Tu es allé. Il est allé. Nous sommes allés. Vous êtes allés. Ils sont allés. These 18 verbs that use être as the helping verb have one more extra step. The fact that the second verb has to agree in gender and number with the person who is speaking. So if je is a woman, if you're a woman, when you say je suis allé, I went, you have to put an e. If you say nous sommes allés, you need an s for sure, because nous is plural. And if we happens to be all women, you need an e. Ils sont allés. Il is plural masculine, so you have e and s as possibilities. You just need to put an s at the end of the e with the accent aigu. Okay. There are some past participle verbs that are irregular. Remember when we discussed the three groups? You drop the ER and put an E accent. You drop the R and you put an E. You drop the RE and you put a U. Well, there are some, usually very common verbs, that are irregular. So if you want to say, I made, j'ai fait, you need to use this past participle. Être is été, j'ai été. Avoir is eu, j'ai eu. Prendre, to take, is pris, j'ai pris. J'ai fait, j'ai été, j'ai eu, j'ai pris. Two verbs, avoir and the second verb, faire. I hope that helped you a bit. And I will keep creating more videos for you with more explanations. I will also include some Quizlets for you to practice, and I will also add some YouTube videos that might be helpful, different explanations and other professors that can help you with the same materials. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and have a good day. Au revoir.